Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gamers DMZ. We are back for another Thursday. Got me, Jazzy Moto, and right under me we have Mr. Megalixer, and then we got OG Double M,
How y'all doing this evening?
followed by Mr. Sir Rich, and then last but not least we have the host with the most, Mr. The One.
Listening or just perusing by, please hit that like and subscribe. So let's start this off. We're going to have kind of a short show today because there's not a lot of gaming news, but we're going to talk about all the things that we saw this week that's been gaming or gaming related. So let's start off with Mega Elixir and find out what he's been playing this week and what you beat.
All right. So I've played I've played Psychonauts 2. I've played Tales of Vesperia, and I've
What
played a lot
what
of Monster. Wait,
what
what are
what
you about to say?
what console is Tales of Vesperia on?
It's on the Switch, but you can also get it on PlayStation, Xbox, and
Okay.
PC. And I played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise.
What's your
And
rank?
um To be honest, actually, I think I kind of forgot. I should be the same rank as you, which is like 4, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
four.
like father, like son. But go ahead.
Uh, bit different with village stuff, but I don't know. I don't personally know that with that. But uh, and also I've played also played some Splatoon 3. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Did you beat any of them?
Nope. I think I almost was about to beat Psychonauts 2 though. So, but still
I'm s-
haven't, actually beat
okay.
it.
Do you like Psychonauts too?
Yeah, I really like it. I actually really like Psychonauts too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So OG, what did you play this week?
I played a little Monster Hunter, not too much. And I tried out Sonic Frontiers on PC. That's a
Oh
good
yeah, I
game.
forgot. I did play like a little bit of that.
Yeah,
And what else
that's
I
a
did
was
good
about,
game.
and what else did
yeah.
you play? Everyone's saying Sonic is a good game. If that they, a lot of people are saying it is surprisingly good. So what
Yeah,
else you
it's
playing?
it's it's refreshing. It's refreshing.
I don't think I'll like it, but that's good. I'm glad you guys like it. What else you playing?
That was about it. And and I'm ashamed of myself, y'all. Don't get on me about this, but
Oh,
I left 2,000 points off the board on Xbox on
That's your
rewards.
fault. Yeah,
Yes,
you crazy. But guess what? Guess what?
yes.
I do think I text you and Sir Rich about the points, but that's your fault.
Yeah, that was my
And
fault. That was
yeah,
my
thank
fault.
you. You hating. But you also play Wild Hearts. And why are you online showing that you playing Wild Hearts?
It's actually sitting still.
So you wasting our electricity in the United States, right?
It's my house.
Eco
I'm
friendly.
still trying to figure the game out.
Okay, I'm glad you're trying to figure it
Shoot.
out. So that's all you played.
Yeah, that's it for me.
You beat anything?
I ain't beat nothing.
Beat nothing. Okay, so let's go to Lady Jazz.
So I played a crap ton of Monster Hunter. I was playing so much I didn't even realize I went from level 7 to level 20. So, um, other than that, did I play anything else really?
Did you have time to play anything else? Yeah,
Yeah,
you played.
actually played
Yeah,
some Resident
you
Evil
played
3.
Minecraft. You played Minecraft, didn't
No,
you?
I don't
You
think I.
didn't? I thought I saw you on
No.
Minecraft. No,
Mm-mm.
that was so Rich was on Minecraft. I think Rich was on. One of y'all was on Minecraft.
Yeah,
No,
not
we
me,
wasn't on
not this
Minecraft
week.
this week.
It's one of y'all on Minecraft this week. Look at your history. Look at your history.
Now
One
I'm
of
gonna
y'all was
check.
on
Did I
Minecraft.
subconsciously
I
play
ain't touched it in a
Minecraft?
week.
Could have sworn I saw one of y'all on Minecraft.
I might have started and turned it back off, but I ain't played it.
Okay.
But yeah, Resident Evil 3. It's got some more achievements, and that is about it.
Okay. So let's go to Sir Rich. What did you play?
Oh no.
I played that Wild Hearts for a couple of hours. It's
Oh, you
decent.
actually played it for a couple of hours.
Yeah. I
You
got
played the
through it.
trials,
Yeah,
right?
I
You played
hated
the
this game
trial.
with a
Yeah,
passion.
I use like some
Ooh,
big
crackers.
chunks because I was like, I'm gonna play it
Come
till I
here,
get
cracker.
past it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Look, okay,
Yeah,
I'm coming up to a
yeah.
sign.
Shit! It's a
Get to
human!
pass
Oh my
the
god!
tutorial and get your first achievement.
Like I beat the
Yo!
first monster. That's
Yeah,
No, you
yeah.
dying.
What?
I
yeah.
not no.
That
Somebody
little
ran up on me.
I
I
call him
knocked
the
him out, but
rosy
he's about to
rat.
die. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm near.
Ooh.
You know why I call him the
The
rosy rat?
mechanics
Yeah.
is interesting.
Oh
Like
shoot! I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
bleeding.
where you
Hold
get
up.
started.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. I have to.
I didn't like but the building the crates. I didn't understand stacking the crates. But anyway, go ahead, sir.
it amplifies it and you could jump higher, so you
Yeah,
can come down harder.
but
So
building crates in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, I hated
hmm
this with a
Okay,
passion.
that's all I'm saying.
yeah,
All
Ooh,
right, what
crackers.
else did you play,
because
sir?
Come here,
you have to
cracker.
make some
That's true.
Look, okay, I'm coming up to a sign.
Shit! It's a human! Oh my god!
play some Resident Evil 2,
Yo! No, you dying.
What?
I not no. Somebody ran up.
Monster Hunter. Stuck on rank 7 right now. What else? I think that was it. Just Wild Hearts. That yeah.
So
I think
you've
that's
been
it.
rolling.
You said what?
So you've been rolling. I played
Wait, you broke up.
inside. I said you've been rolling. Can you hear me?
Is that me? Oh, that's me.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Hear me? Hear me?
No, it was me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can hear
Yeah.
you good.
It's a short
okay.
Discord. My knee bumped the cord.
Oh, okay. So I played
That was
full
fun.
throttle inside, and thought I beat Assassin's Creed Origins, so I went back to play that. I'm gonna beat that by the end of this month. I played Battlefield. And I just play Battlefield daily because I just like playing Battlefield. I switched Battlefield. I play Battlefield more than I play Call of Duty. I play Wild Hearts like you guys did. Let's see what else did I play. And I was at a level 4 in Monster Hunter Rise. I'm at a level 7 now, thanks to, I'm not going to tell the people his name, but it's not, I call him Dr. Doom. This guy is like 300 plus, and he can play, good to play with,
Jeez.
fun to play with, to help you. And that's what Monster Hunter need. You get somebody in there that can help you along the way, boy, you can level up and get to level 8, he said. And once you get past level 8, you can really start moving up. So I'm at level 7, so hopefully I can get to level 8 and 9 and move on up like the Jeffersons.
Moving on up
That's what I'm trying to do to the
to
east side.
the sky.
Okay, so that's what I've been playing this week. So let's get to some of the gaming news. So everyone's been talking about Game Pass, and then they were comparing it to Sony's uh, PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Extra, PlayStation Premium. So this month, I think they released a couple of good games for PlayStation Extra and Premium. Did you guys hear about that? What you think? And if you guys heard about it, what do you think about that?
What they releasing more games?
Yeah, they released on PlayStation Extra.
The extra. Oh, it's because you got to pay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah, they
Game Pass.
released PlayStation Forbidden West after a year. Interesting. It must didn't sell well.
What, Horizon Forbidden West?
Yeah. Did it sell well?
Well, I cannot answer that. I don't know, but I know.
I'm not sure if we know the official sales figures yet.
Well, what
Yeah.
games? What do you think about that double? What else? I think they what they
On the PC, so I can play it.
they got Resident Evil 7 on there. They have Horizon Forbidden West that releases on the 21st or 22nd or 23rd. Borderlands, Scarlet Nexus, The Quarry, and Outriders. So for PlayStation Extra and Premium, that's actually pretty good. For
That
one.
is.
I
Yeah,
have to give them credit.
that's pretty good.
That's an excellent. But I already have Horizon. I already played Forbidden West. I mean Horizon Forbidden West. Outriders, I already beat that. Borderlands, played that. Scarlet Nexus, played that on the Xbox. The Quarry, didn't play that. I may play that. And the Resident Evil. So it's not doing me any good. But what are your thoughts? And I don't think do any of you guys subscribe to PlayStation Extra?
Not I.
Double?
I just got Plus, but I don't.
I think Darius subscribes to it. So
Ray Trey. Yeah. Okay. You say he subscribes to it?
yeah, I think he does. See,
Oh,
we was talking about that Forbidden West.
you didn't do the sharing? You didn't do the game sharing?
Yeah, I do game sharing with him. I told him about it. I think he said he was gonna look into it. But I mean, that's a pretty good lineup. That's Game Pass quality there.
No, that's solid. I have to give him one for that. That's solid. That is very solid.
Outriders wasn't already on there.
Outriders was not on there. It just came this month.
Sound like Game Pass to me.
But the funny thing is, they were talking about Game Pass when Outriders released on Game Pass day one. Remember?
Yep.
And that's why I played that, beat that. I liked Outriders. Pretty good to me.
Outriders is hard
Define
by
what you mean.
yourself.
Oh yeah,
It's hard by yourself.
yeah, but it was fun. But see that game is designed, in my opinion, for multiplayer. So it's designed to play with somebody and strategize.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, I like it.
I liked it too. What are your thoughts, Lady Jones?
Not much. I really don't. I don't subscribe to PlayStation Plus or anything. So I don't know.
You don't know, huh? And what about you, Mega?
This is a good selection for the February lineup.
Now you play on the PlayStation 4 or 5.
4, we don't have a 5 yet.
Guess you better tell OG.
When we getting it, Mega?
OG.
When we getting it, Mega?
Notice how he slipped that yet in there. Yet.
Yeah, he said yeah.
When we getting it?
But I
When
do
I
remember, I do remember, I'm not going to bring the date up, but somebody said last week when we were playing Monster Hunter, y'all remember, I'm going to get me something to eat. And I don't know about you. Y'all don't remember that?
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to get me something to eat. All right, for the Mega. What are your thoughts,
It
sir?
is a rumor that the PS5 Pro may be coming this year, so
If it
we'll
is,
see what
I'd
happens.
wait. Yeah, I'll wait. Cause,
Yeah,
but it's gonna be a slim. It's not gonna be really a pro. I heard it's just gonna be an updated one that you can add that expandable drive to. Either or.
yeah.
Oh,
We'll see what happens.
yeah. If it's not anything, I don't think. No, if knowing Sony, they're not gonna release a PlayStation Pro to the fact that it's a extra power or something like that, like the PS4 Pro in reference to the PS4 and how the power difference was noticeable. I don't think they're going to do that because they'll be wasting money. Okay. So no one else has anything else on the PlayStation?
No.
That's about it.
Now, what do you guys think about Mega? You brought this up. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna subscribe. And someone shed light on this new what is it? Tetris going to Apple TV. First of all, yeah, I heard about that, right? Because Mega, you just brought that up.
Sure did.
Yep, I literally just learned about it. That-
See if I can get it coming.
Tetris.
So that being said, Mega, are you gonna get OG to subscribe to Apple TV so you can watch it?
Yeah, yeah,
You say
no,
no.
nah.
No.
You said that with the quickness.
Well, first of all, I need to look up like more about it because like it's a documentary. Is it like
It
a
looks like a
comedy? Like,
it looks like a comedy or something.
Yeah, it looks like a spin on the creation story. So I don't want to say documentary, but what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like a reenactment type movie.
mockumentary,
No, I don't really think
I
it's trying to
think.
mock it.
Mockumentary.
I
Uh,
want to see it, but I'm not
but
subscribing to Apple for it. You know, someone else is gonna have it down the line somewhere.
but yeah, it reminds me of that what was it? What was that movie about like about Michael Jordan's like what deal with like Nike or something, Nike.
That was a documentary.
I know you know it, Double.
What you talking about? Air?
Mm.
Is that what it was called?
Uh,
Yeah, I think it's called Air.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. At least in
Well, I can,
terms of,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So it got comedy in it.
to me, I think it's comedy.
Hmm.
It has to be comedy if it's Tetris because I can't see Tetris being anything but some type of play on a video game with comedy as the backbone of it to make people watch it. Because if it's going to be Tetris, I'm thinking it's going to be something like Tron, which it definitely isn't.
It's like how they had to deal with the Soviets to publish the game. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you right, because that's a Soviet, or it probably used to be a Russian IP or
Escape from
Soviet
Russia.
IP.
Yeah, it was invented in the USSR. Yeah.
So none of you heard about it. None of you sound interested. So we'll
I
just
do.
keep moving. You sound you
I'll
sound
check it out.
interested.
Yeah, not enough to get Apple, as I mentioned, but I know someone else is gonna have it available somewhere. So
Oh, well,
Okay.
you got Game Pass Ultimate, right?
there you go.
yeah, they give you a trial.
They give you a trial. They give you a
Shoot.
Free month trial in there.
so go ahead and wait till it debuts, and then just go ahead and let a couple of episodes play out, and then you subscribe to it so you can
Is
get
it
all
a
the
TV show
episodes
or
in.
a movie?
It looked like a TV show.
Or is it a mini series?
I think
Probably.
it's a film.
It looked like a film at first.
It's a film. It's a
Okay.
movie. March 31st.
Mhm.
It's a movie. It looked like a TV show though. It did though. That's all I was like. That's why the question was there.
Well, you ain't got to worry about it because I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not resubscribing to Apple until the Foundation and another show comes back on. If Foundation and doesn't come back, I don't think I want to look at Apple TV.
Well, all right. It
So
got you like that.
yeah, I like the Foundation. It was the only thing I liked on Apple
Mm.
TV.
No, I'm
It was
saying this
enough.
like it got you like it was worth it, but other than that, I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's it. Um, we're in the week. I want to get your guys' opinion. There was a lot of rigmarole talking, misinformation being sent out because of this acquisition, Microsoft. Jazz, I sent you the link,
All right, let
but
me check.
Microsoft acquisition and about Game Pass not being profitable. And you know, OG's favorite game site had something to say that Game Pass cannibalized games. Did you guys see that? And what are your thoughts? And I give you guys a second to think about it. Game sales. Let me say that. Game Pass cannibalized game sales.
Mhm.
Okay, did you guys see that?
Not I.
Y'all didn't see that? No one saw that this week? It
Mm-mm.
was OG, you didn't see it?
Yeah, I heard about it. I mean, a
What did
lot
you
of outlets were
but
reporting about
but is it
that
not
Game
making
Pass cannibalized game sales.
okay?
But
Okay, so well, everyone, let's. What did you think about that? Because the way they said it, oh, Phil Spencer lied, and Yannick in 2018, he said that uh, it doesn't impact game sales, blah, 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 blah. And so the first thing people want to do is FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and cannibalize game sales. And I think IGN and a couple other sites were the first ones to start writing such nonsense. And what did you think about when, OG, when you first heard about it?
well, when
But
I
first,
first,
first, first,
the
let me rephrase
first
it.
thing I thought was they was putting a spin on it in the first place.
So you're saying spin being negative.
Yeah,
Okay, so they put a negative spin on it. And then you have to think of your source, right? Whenever you, I
right.
always say to people, when you read something, look at the source and look who it's from. And what are your additional thoughts?
I mean, they already said that it makes a profit, and certain game companies already said that they get their cut up front from Microsoft. They're fine. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
I mean, Microsoft is paying them up front. If anything, they're breaking even on certain games. I would think.
You say you think they're breaking even?
Yeah, with certain games, I think they are breaking even once they're on the once Microsoft pay them on the service. You know,
Let me ask you a question. Does cannibalizing game sales, that means, okay, cannibalizing game sales, did they say cannibalizing game profits? No, they said game sales, right?
they say game sales. Yeah.
Okay, so mm, I'm going somewhere with this, but I want to get your guys' opinion on that. It cannibalizes game sales, right? So, what are your thoughts? Uh, Serge, what do you think?
Mhm.
I don't understand how you could cannibalize game sales if you're paying for the service up front from the developers. It's like, and
It's
plus,
always
it's
it play on words.
yeah,
But go
that's what I'm
ahead.
saying. It's just
Yeah,
it's
it's a
nonsense
play on
because
words.
you playing for the service, and as long as everybody get paid and is happy with it, what is the point of? I mean,
I
your
think people.
how you measuring it is not necessarily the truth
Okay,
to the fact of the success of or not success. The way they're trying to measure it is in a way to spin it as they're not doing
negative.
as well as you
No,
think they're doing.
right, and they're hurting developers, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
the whole key.
tell
So,
me this.
no, go ahead. I want to let Serge finish his point.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. That's my point.
Okay, what? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Double.
Double.
now I was gonna say, okay, if the company then paid the money, I mean, developed the game and everything, and Microsoft basically paying for that, I'm pretty sure they pay that whatever the fee is after they didn't pay, then develop this game and all that stuff. I would think it would be gravy after that, right? Anything, any
Well,
profit they make.
remember, I will always say it's always a play on words, and they always said, you know, that old saying, "The mind is a terrible thing to waste."
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna let Lady Jazz. You got something to say, Lady Jazz, before I say something? I want to make sure everybody get their point out.
Yeah, I agree with Sir Rich on this one. If everyone's paid up front, if the service is paid for, I don't see what the issue is unless they just didn't give like a proper profit buffer or something. I don't know.
Okay. Mega, what do you have to say?
I don't really see how it cannibalized because doesn't Game Pass downloads from like a certain game count as game sales?
Mhm. Yeah, kind of, yes. But
Mm.
as they stated, it is, see, they pay them up front, or they pay them something per this, per that. Each, like Microsoft said, each one is different. But the whole point, and I'm gonna call it a hit job. Let's call it a hit job. Would I be
A
okay
smear
in
piece.
smear or hit job? You say smear, and I like that, but I'm gonna be more.
Be more
Um,
direct. Go on with your point.
yeah, I'm gonna call
Go
it
with your
hit
hit
job.
piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hit
go
job.
because to me, I'm gonna call it hit job, hit piece. And let me give you the point. What was the key word that they said in the whole piece that made it look bad? Cannibalize, right?
Cannibalize.
Cannibalized.
Okay, so stop. Let me. I always love the dictionary. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
That's what I
So,
said. I don't see it.
right. Okay,
Cannibalize.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, see, it's the word. Like I say, it's the word, and cannibalize sounds so bad. But if you read the pure definition of cannibalize, one of the words in the dictionary says reduce the sale or sales of one of its own products as a consequence of introducing another product. Game Pass is another product. It says reduce the sales. They didn't say reduce profits. Reduce the sale is inevitable because if I am going to use Game Pass, it's evident I'm not going to buy the game. Didn't say it wasn't going to be profitable, did they? They just said cannibalize. But isn't that the obvious that it's going to cannibalize sales? When DVDs came out and the people stopped going to movies, yes, to some extent, it's going to cannibalize movie sales. People in movies now, no. Look at Netflix. Do you think that cannibalized? No one says anything about that. Netflix or any of them cannibalizing DVD sales. Does anyone say about that?
Nope.
Where
I
is
haven't heard of that for Netflix.
no? But my point is, Netflix is you know, people would buy DVDs. Now everything's on Netflix. Do you buy DVDs now?
Nobody buys DVDs.
No, exactly.
Just
Not really.
But
collectors. Just
but
collectors.
but my trying to say is that it's inevitable that it cannibalizes. You getting one resource out of the other, meaning you go on one method instead of another. How is that a bad thing? The word cannibalize is what makes everyone see or assume doom and gloom. Didn't say it wasn't profitable. They said it cannibalized. And if you say cannibalize, that just says reduce the sale of games. So when one says reduce the sale of games, but if this developer is seeing constant residual um, income from a game being in Game Pass, what's not bad? So say for instance, if they are paid, some may be paid by how many people download the game. Some people may be paid by how many times they actually play the game or how long they play the game. We don't know, but if they are getting it and playing it, then that's good because I can promise you there are tons of games. For instance, Full Throttle, that's in Game Pass. I wouldn't have bought that game for it wouldn't interest me. It wasn't advertised, but I saw it in Game Pass. How did it cannibalize something that I was never going to buy? Does that make sense? How can you cannibalize something I was never going to buy?
I'm playing many games I want to play this
I
month. No
mean,
thank you.
do you see where I'm going with this? How does it
Case in
do
point,
that?
Peppa Pig.
Exactly.
Give me them
How
achievements.
many of us? Let's be let's be realistic. How many of us would have played Peppa Pig if it wasn't in Game Pass?
Heck no.
And
No,
we
nobody but
all
you.
no, that's not true. The only reason I played it was
Let me get my
because of
free
the
points.
there
Ding
you
ding
go.
ding ding
Because
ding.
It's in Game Pass. I'm gonna get my free points. I'm gonna get
I'm
my
gonna get
points. I
my free
paid for it.
point. There you go. I want my free points. So every week I look at what I got to do, and I'm getting my free points. I'm getting my money, but it helps you exposes you to Game Pass, more games in Game Pass. So what is wrong with that? And I just felt as though the whole internet went ablaze right in the negative hit piece.
It just keep console wars going. That's all it does.
I would say negative console wars because they only point one way. Do they have not hounded Sony about lackluster games in uh, PS Plus, PS Extra, PS Premium, whatever you choose to call it? It has not been as the hit jobs they do on Xbox. I think it's prejudice, but that's me. What do you guys think? Any additional comments, thoughts?
Not for me.
That's
I
all I
just,
got for now.
what I'm thinking is, and I bet you Microsoft pays them as long as that game is in Game Pass also monthly.
Well, they said it's different for each one, but I haven't heard. You may have how many games in Game Pass? So about 400 at one
Yeah,
time,
it's over
and
400 now.
how many? I think maybe one or two people may have complained because they said, "Oh, if we should have negotiated different." But that's on you to negotiate your. Am I right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I bet you when they see those analytics, okay, this certain game is on the service, well, we don't see a lot of people playing that game, and that's when it leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those games are making money.
Oh, it wouldn't
Everything on
be.
this,
It wouldn't be in Game Pass if it wouldn't make money. So how that person say, if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
right?
Pun intended.
Mm-hmm. Unintended. 100%. So I found that article or that nonsense they were speaking
Yeah, I mean,
of.
and Outright has been on there from jump. This going on what, two years now? It seems like it.
Outriders, yeah, Outriders been on
Yeah,
there for years.
some
2021.
it's been on that look up hours. When the hours release, that sound like it's looking up.
What's that game? I can't stand the game, but a lot of people like that game. I can't get into it. Is what Descenders?
Hmm?
It's the
What's
biking
that?
game, Descenders.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
get
I
into.
think it
Oh
is the
yeah,
Descenders.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't get
Really?
into that.
I meant
How
to
long
Is it
it's been
what?
try.
on the server?
About years.
Yeah, it's been on there since it started. I think it may be gone, but in the very beginning it was there. And I've tried
Right.
to play it, and it just didn't do anything for me. But a lot of people love that game.
And what's the game? The first Xbox Series S and X game with the ray tracing, the racing game, Dirt.
Dirt,
Yeah,
Dirt's been in there forever too.
yeah. Remember, a lot of people wasn't buying Dirt on PlayStation, or
Yeah,
or in general, a lot of people weren't buying it, and it went right into Game Pass,
it went to
and they
Game
made
Pass.
their money off of it.
That's because that game was hard, man. That mess going through them woods and with with them realistic physics. My goodness,
Yeah, Dirt always been a challenging game, so to speak.
very challenging.
At least it
Yeah,
was
it was
challenging to
good
me.
though. It was a good game. I want to play. Is Ace Combat on there? I want to play Ace Combat. I like that game. I always like the
Ah,
Ace Combat.
I,
Yeah.
Oh, Ace Combat. It was on there, but I think it got left a while ago.
all
Mm.
right, I got a topic that I wanted to say something about. It's not on the topics list, but I wanted to speak about this and get your guys' point. And I heard a lot of people talk about it, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. and we discussed it a little bit last week, but everyone was thinking, and I told people it's not going to happen. But everyone thought Microsoft was going to advertise Starfield at the Super Bowl, and they were hoping that they would, and they didn't. And then everyone started saying, well, they didn't want to do it. They weren't going to do it. They're not ready. And XYZ, XYZ, and that's not how they market. Everyone market different today, and the whole marketing world is different. And thus, that's why they didn't do it, because Microsoft more was into marketing games on the internet, yada here, yada there, but not on mainstream television, not on billboards. And what did you guys think of that? Do you think hindsight is 2020? Do you think they should have marketed Starfield, the biggest game that they have of the year? Undoubtedly, it has to be a success. It has to be a success. Do you think they should have marketed at the Super Bowl? And we will start with you, Double.
Uh, I don't personally. I don't think they shouldn't have.
You
If
don't think they
anything,
should?
I would have advertised Game Pass.
Okay, okay, okay. I could see that, but the biggest game is Starfield. But go ahead. Okay, so
Yeah,
you said you would have marketed Game Pass.
Game Pass, and threw a little snippet of Starfield in there. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah, showing the games, all the games that's coming to Game Pass this year. That's what I would have did.
okay. What about you, Sir Rich?
My question is, where were they at the game development around like the year before the Super Bowl? About because they got to reserve these commercials for what, like a year and a half out, a year on. They like so. How far was the development of Starfield? Did they think they had enough
Starfield's.
to put that much money into a Super Bowl commercial at the time of the development to advertise it?
You're saying did they have enough money?
I'm saying at the time of development to want to put that kind of money into it,
Okay.
to advertising it to where
We
they were,
don't.
you know,
We
because they
don't. This is not. Let me rephrase. Let me put it this way. This is not what we're going to, because it doesn't. It doesn't do us justice or you justice to estimate the money. All I'm asking you
I'm not
is,
estimating the money. I'm just
yeah,
saying
because you said did they have the money or the budget.
I
I'm not
didn't
worried
say
about
that.
it.
I didn't
Okay,
say
what
did
did
they
you
have the
say?
money. I said would they want to put the money into something
That's and
depending on the development
that's not
at
what
the
I
game when you had to reserve the commercial a year,
Surge,
9 months in advance,
Surge,
8, 10
Surge,
months in advance. Where was the
Surge.
development 9, 10 months ago?
That's not the question. The only thing I'm asking you, do you think they should have marketed the game? That's that's
I'm
not
saying
word.
was it plausible?
That's all I'm asking you is either yes or no, based off your feeling.
I'm
Not
feeling like it wasn't plausible.
okay. Then you say no.
I said it wasn't plausible because I don't know where they was at.
Okay,
Where they did they
okay,
even want to advertise it
okay,
at that
okay.
point
They
because
they
they
okay.
didn't
Let
know
me
they
ask
was
you
going to
this.
be at development for it. I'm like,
Okay, but they advertised the game earlier, so you say no.
because how long? How much in the future? Them commercials be booked from like 12 to 13 months in the future. They usually have these commercials like they booking the commercials now for next year's Super Bowl.
Okay, all I'm
So where
asking
would
you.
the development of that game be? Would they think they had enough wherewithal at the game to be wanting to put that much money into advertising it in the Super Bowl? Would it be
Okay,
plausible?
you asking questions. All I'm asking you to say yes or
And
no. So
because
your
that's
question
you
is
asked me
no.
to answer.
But
That's
that's
what I
not
want
a,
to
I'm
understand. I
asking,
want to
okay,
understand.
you can't understand it because it's not, we're not them. I'm asking you either it's a yes or a no. That's all I'm asking. Yes or no. So you say no.
I didn't say that. You put if that's what you want to say.
Okay. So you said if it was plausible.
I
Let's go with you. Is that what you said? Plausible?
yeah. If it was
Okay.
plausible,
Okay. Okay. What about you, Lady Jazz?
Um, should they have advertised during Super Bowl?
Yes.
Gonna piggyback off of OG. I think that's a great idea if they would have advertised Game Pass. If they
Okay.
wanted to show a little bit of gameplay here and there, if possible, even if it's, CGI and not actual gameplay, I should say, just to give people a
Okay.
taste, but just to get the word out there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Mega.
Yeah, I'm with OG Double M and Lady Jazz. Like, advertise Game Pass first, uh, and do some more advertising for like Starfield as like a standalone game. And like I say, do some like creative like marketing stunts. Like I kind of had like
Exactly.
yo, what are you about to say?
No, I'm going. You hit the nail on the head, but I'm gonna let you finish your point. Creative marketing. Continue.
Okay, so I had like the idea, right? Like, what if Microsoft emailed like a bunch of people that have, an account like, associated with them, like Outlook, like Xbox, whatever, and they do like an ambiguous email, right?
But for the Super
Saying
Bowl,
like,
I'm talking. I'm talking only for the
oh,
Super Bowl. Only
oh,
for the
only
Super
for the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. Oh,
That's it.
okay. But but yeah, like I said before, like
No, is
advertise
it?
Game Pass.
Yeah. So you going with OG and Lady Jazz? They're saying that they should have did it on the Super Bowl, and you agree if they would have did Game Pass and a snippet of.
Real quick, I don't
Yeah.
think they should have, like the word should. I think they could have benefited from it. Do they
Okay.
Big time.
need to?
Big
Okay.
time.
Do they
Big
need
Okay.
time.
to? Not really. And
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Now, 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 I'm going to say, I'm going to change the word to say they should have. And let me give you my case in point. Um, Microsoft is to me playing a game, and the game is we don't want to show our hand because we don't want the FTC and all these other companies to think we got something. And I think that's the role they playing, and it's gonna hurt them, and it did hurt them because they acting like, and they better have something ready because I think they're playing coy without they playing low until after this whole merger and acquisition is over. But I think it's going to fail. That's my point. That's my point of view. But let me go to the reason why I think, and no, I don't think they should have marketed. What happened? What else happened with Microsoft last week? And Serge is right, and I'm gonna give Serge credit for saying, well, they should have, thought about this in the future. They did. That's the point. Sony did it. Sony advertised. I heard God of War for the Super Bowl. Some little snippet of God of War was at the Super Bowl. Now, what else did Microsoft boast about prior to the Super Bowl last week? Double, you techie, you know. So, what did Microsoft um, talk about? Okay, let me help you out. What was the big rave in technology last week? ChatGPT. What is that?
I'm
Chat
stumped.
Chat GPT. Everyone's talking about
Oh,
it. How I can do the
oh,
AI.
the AI.
Exactly. And what is it supposed to be on? Bing. So
Bing.
why didn't
Yeah.
Microsoft do a 30-second commercial, Starfield, using Chat GHTP, Bing, do a search, and then have it marketed where you would, because everyone wants to use Chat
Oh yeah.
GHTP, right? So
They
why
could
didn't
have
they
did that.
market
They could have did
right?
that.
So what are you doing? You're getting people to use Bing. You're getting people to use Chat GHP. You bringing brand awareness and said, do you remember how um, uh, when before Cyberpunk 2077 was released and they did this whole little marketing and you had to do the little research and they could have went into Chat GHTP and put a 30-second commercial, something about that and linked it to NASA. Then you would have had the whole world. You talking about mind share. And $10 million is nothing to mind share. If you trying to get clicks on Chat GHTP and Bing, and everyone knows that you thinking about, oh, well, you do realize the reason why Microsoft sends you to Bing every morning is because they want you to search, and that clicks up their numbers. That's why they pay you the 5 cent, right? The little 5 cent, because it helps that algorithm showing that people are searching. Now,
Yeah.
just think if they would have did that with the Super Bowl, they would have linked Bing, they would have linked Starfield, they would have linked Chat GHTP, and had some type of function in Chat GHTP to tell you everything you want to know about uh, Starfield and Game Pass. That's all I'm saying.
They, they could have had a little kid and everything talking
Exactly,
into Bing
exactly.
and
Yeah, what
what
is
is
Star?
Starfield? Think,
Exactly. And
man,
then just say, go think about it and have your kids do it. That is what I'm talking about. This is a $2 trillion company. Do you think $10 million means anything to them?
At
I mean,
all.
it means a lot. But
Yeah, but
as far as mind share and marketing, that was you had over what 50 to 100 million people, and you're going to tell me you're going to worry about people on YouTube advertising your game? To me, to me, they lost the opportunity. If it costs 5 million, you lost it. Even if you just had a snippet that said
Hey,
using Chat GHTP, because that was the thing they released last week, and they had Starfield. You had three major products you wanted to talk about, and you didn't show them off when the whole world was watching.
right there in
That
front of everybody.
exactly. You just released that product. That's what
Just
I'm talking.
released it.
And that's where Microsoft, and I'll tell them, their marketing division to me is not up to par. Sony destroys them because you see, I look at basketball. I just saw a commercial, Sony advertising, and everyone was saying, "Well, that's not traditional. We don't use traditional marketing anymore. Everyone else does." I haven't seen anything. Microsoft has not marketed Game Pass or anything
at
on
all.
TV.
They should have been marketing
And
Game Pass. I give you
that's
that.
my point.
If
That's
he said
if
Game Pass, that's at least do that
And that's my point. That's all I'm saying. And if
at
you
minimum,
think a minimum,
because that's PC and Xbox. So even if you
and
don't have
there,
an Xbox, that could be
that's
your
all.
ad. Even if you don't have an Xbox.
That's the point. Or they could have said, "Do it from your browser."
Mm.
Done. That's all I'm saying. That's
Do
all
it
I
for your
wanted to say.
browser. Xbox need
And that
no
was my
box need.
point. That was my only point, is that opportunity missed. You don't get that opportunity every year. Your Starfield is coming out. Your Chat GHTP that you spent $10 billion to, you gave Chat GHTP $10 billion supposedly, or over time, to help the product. Well, you need to solidify that as being synonymous with Bing and Xbox. So you should have did that. Chat GHTP should somehow be incorporated. That's all I was saying, ladies and gentlemen. That's my whole point. They would
Type
have
in
not.
X gonna give it to you.
And yes, and at the end, I'll tell you right there, they should. I will agree with you 1001%. I told somebody else that the other day. I said, a buddy of mine said X is going to give it to you. And I said,
At one
Microsoft,
point, that's what they had, though. They had an ad like that at one point. I
I
remember
never
seeing
seen it.
it with the
I
big
never
old
seen it.
Xbox glowing and all the characters was running for it.
Did it come out? Did it come out like
It was like on commercials or something,
DMX.
like on
oh,
TV and
right?
stuff.
No, in the way of DMX saying X is going to give it to you.
No, but they had a commercial.
That's all
Well,
I'm saying. That's
I
all.
think they
That
did. I can't remember,
I don't
but
remember that.
It's a
I've never
random
seen.
thing, but I remember, well, I'm saying remember like I grew up. No, not really. I I looked up commercials for like Xbox 2001, the first Xbox console, and their slogan was originally "There's no power greater than X,"
True. That's
True.
true. Yeah.
and they
Hey,
had like what the Arbiter's voice actor say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no power greater than X.
and then later they changed it to, "It's great to play together."
no, I mean, to me, the whole thing, and I do agree with OG when he said X is going to give it to you. That fits everything that they're doing. Every
Right now.
game you're
Ha! I
looking
found
for,
something.
X is
Right
going to give
now.
it. And he's 100% right. But that's what I wanted to segue to for a hot second. because in my opinion, and we all entitled to our opinion, I just think 100% they missed the opportunity. I will say that till the time is end, to the end of time, that they had every opportunity to to do that, and they screwed it up. And
I
then
only
they go
my
ahead.
whole life only seen one company that just went on attack mode, and that's Sega. Sega just went full attack mode on Nintendo. They were not playing, and it worked.
Why play on the board?
Apparently
We
they
got
did.
16
Here it
bits
is,
of
y'all.
power.
Wasn't for Xbox, it was just for a game in particular.
I mean, Sega was like, "Hey, we here." They put it in Nintendo's
So
face.
it was a commercial.
Yeah, listen to the lyrics. Listen.
I can't hear it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't be playing lyrics.
Blacklist.
So
We
let's
make
get
our
to
own
last
path.
topic.
We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
Next
Xbox said cover next time.
Remember. I was like, I remember a commercial doing that.
That was corny. She sounded sad. She said, "Eggs, good, give."
But no, it wasn't like this. It was like all the characters was running towards something. It might not have been Xbox. It might have been PlayStation.
Okay, so let's talk about what's going to happen next week and give me you guys a thought on this overall. Next week, Microsoft and Activision is going to plead their case, and that's why I'm saying the word plead, to the EU about why this merger should go through, the acquisition should go through. And again, I'm coming back with Microsoft has to make all these concessions when um, these documents. Lady Jazz, can you show those documents
Yep.
about Sony?
Yeah.
And what I found interesting
There
of
we go.
how they're trying to oppose the subpoena of providing all these documents, and Microsoft went to court. And tried to tell the judge they're BSing and they're lying. And the respondent, what is it called? The respondent document? I guess the FTC. A lot of the information was redacted.
What's my name? It's in my head now.
You're gonna get copyright, you better stop.
Look at this. I've seen plenty of these documents.
Go to did you were able to bring that up later?
You know the document?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up
What's
now.
up?
Okay. Okay. I found this to be kind of interesting, especially on page because Sony is, to me, they keep saying they shouldn't have to present and give all this additional information. But go to E, request number 35. That is page 7.
Going to seven
Bam.
heaven.
It says, Sony doesn't want to provide documentation on third party and showing information where it says request 35. Request 35 seeks executed copies of content licenses agreements between SIE and third party gaming publishers. These contracts are relevant. Among other things, Microsoft is aware that PlayStation requires many third-party publishers to agree to exclusivity provisions, including preventing the publishers from putting their games on Xbox multi-game subscription service. But Microsoft does not fully understand the extent of SIE's arrangements or how they impact the industry's competitiveness, given exclusivity cent- centrally to the commission's complaint. Now, I find that to be on point because the whole world is against Microsoft being exclusive, right? And saying how they may put Call of Duty, make Call of Duty exclusive. And the whole world is worried about that, meaning these bogus regulators. But not one of them, you see where they're saying this is relevant because Sony is saying one thing on one hand, and but they're doing it on the other hand. That's why Microsoft is requesting third-party documents, how these exclusivity agreements that they've got, because we've already heard and know that they can't bring certain games to Game Pass, right? Because there was a rumor that we heard many moons ago that Resident Evil 8 was going to come to Game Pass, but Sony squashed it. You remember that? Did you any of you guys hear that?
I remember that.
What do you think about that, though, Keith? How do you feel about that? Do you think that is right with Sony or what?
What
Who's
say
that
Double,
with
again?
what do you thought? I said,
you? Was asking
what?
me?
Well, no, I'm asking all of you guys. What do you guys think about what I just read?
I, I always feel like well, they scared the Game Pass. It's just
Okay, then, Lady Jazz, go to page 8,
Page 8. Let me pull
request
back
7.
up.
Request 7.
Request
Request 7. Here we go.
7th request.
Now you remember, Jim Ryan came out and stated Microsoft only offered us 3 years, right? Remember the original request, right? The original, when he started opening his mouth, remember he said, "Oh, we wanted to keep all this private, but since Microsoft came to speak on it, it forced me to come and say the truth." Remember he said something like that. I'm not quoting him. Remember that?
he said that.
Okay. Read 7. Contrary to the allegation that Microsoft will make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox, since announcing the deal, Microsoft has repeatedly offered to enter an agreement to license Call of Duty to SIE first for 5 years. First, where did he get the 3 years from? And then for 10, right? And an unheard of duration in the industry. See, they're saying, look, no one does 10-year deals. SIE has refused. Microsoft seeks documents about these negotiations, including SIE's internal considerations of Microsoft Office and why it refused them. SIE again attempts to rely on unsupported, untestable privileges claims, which to me, if the judge rules against that, he's biased because he's exactly right. If we gave you something, you can't say that it's not, we cannot subpoena that information because we knew you had internal conversation. Why are you doing it? We are offering you a 10-year deal, which is unheard of. So, what is the issue? What do you guys think about that? Double. No, sir. What do you think about
What, the fact that all the dirty draws is coming out?
that?
The fact that
Yeah.
the lies, and now it's time for the black and white to come out. I find it interesting that I don't know why they started this, because I guess they thought they would be able to avoid having to reveal too much about themselves, but maybe they've been at the top too long, because this is some messy behavior.
They have.
See,
That's the
and
whole
what
thing.
uh what Microsoft did, they quoted laws. They went deep. They started quoting, like right here, they quoted example 11. Then they go down to 1 for 14 request F. They quoted something example L at 6, C also example M at 20. They went in on them.
Mhm.
So what do you guys think about this overall? So the reason why I put this in here, lady and gentlemen, is because I wanted you guys to think about all of this they have to go through to get this merger. But it seems as though the world is looking at Microsoft as the bad guy and making them jump through hurdles. But no one has ever looked at Sony to say, wait a minute, even the nasty Lena Khan, because I call her nasty, because the report came out about her this week that she's hard to work with. But I've been saying that all along. She's taking the law into her own hands, and people get mad at me because I'm like, look, I don't like her because I don't like anybody that tries to take the law into their own hands. If you're in a society with rules and regulations, follow the law. When you think you can go above the law and do things on your own, you start resembling somebody else that I'm not going to name. But my point that I'm making is look at what she's done. Look at how the EU is going. Look at the CMA. All of them are approaching it, and especially the FTC. They took what Sony said publicly, and this was what hurt Sony. They took and FTC, and the FTC is going to look like a fool because Sony's going to be compelled by law because they're saying all this stuff, but they don't want to produce information. Then how can you make an accusation if you can't produce facts?
Hmm.
And
They tell
Microsoft,
somebody else not to do what they're doing already.
right? But no, not, they're saying that they're going to be hurt. Then, if you're going to be hurt and it's going to impact you, show us how. So this is something that's mind-boggling to me. When the Brazil and Chile, the only ones that got it right. They were like, we don't need to help Sony. Sony can stand on its own. But then you see the CMA, the EU, and the FTC all come against Microsoft, but yet not ask Sony for anything or keep Sony put to the flame and say, prove it. If you're making all these accusations, you're meeting us every day. Show us your data. Show us your profit and loss statement. Show us how much you've lost that you will lose. But your company is going to go out of business when you control what 60% of the market share in Europe. How could you be threatened if you control 60% or more?
I'm
I thought that
they
was a
get like
monopoly.
7% of your stuff. Not even.
No, because like I said, it's all against U.S. big tech. So, double your thoughts on all this, and what do you think about EU next week? Because
Um,
supposedly they're going to talk to the EU, and next week, or is it EU next week? I think it's EU next week, and then the CMA, and the CMA going to make some rules up, but they're negotiating with the CMA, and I don't trust the CMA as far as I can spit. And I don't spit, so I mean I don't trust them.
I mean, are they expect the FTC to follow suit as the CMA with coming up with these? I guess you want to call it remedies.
Well, what the rumor was is that the CMA want to be the big boy on the block and say they got the Microsoft to be into a settlement and make some type of settlement agreement. That's the rumor, but I don't trust them. I said they all trying to doom them, and they will do whatever they can to doom the deal because supposedly Microsoft is not dirty like I would be because I would take the FTC to court, and everyone's saying the EU is going to approve the deal with concessions. And I don't believe it. As far as I got to say, I'm gonna keep saying I don't believe any of it. But they're saying you can't take the FTC, I mean the CMA to court, but you can take the FTC and the EU to court to get to win. But nobody wants to go out these long legal lawsuits just to win a case, and that's why they said the deal is dead. Me, if I was Microsoft and I know I'm gonna win, I'll fix the CMA. I'm like, okay, we're going to merge. We won't put Call of Duty in Europe. I mean, in England, the UK. So forget it. Or we'll do it as a subsidiary and they'll sell it. We'll sell it under a different company. We'll license it to them.
Yeah,
And that's what I would do. Like, if you want to play like this, but I don't think you should be able to do the things that the hurdles they're making Microsoft do without Sony proving. And I could see if Microsoft was putting smaller companies out of work. But this is Sony, number one. And they're more taking what Sony is saying. And why didn't, like I said, I go back to when Sony bought Bungie. It went through in less, what, 4 months?
yeah.
Didn't nobody hardly say a
Yeah,
word.
pretty
Not
quick.
one. No, not one word was said. So hypocrisy in government. And that's why no one likes Lena Khan. And I think the Biden administration and screwed up by putting her in office. You can't be totally against big tech. Big tech does a lot of nasty things, but that's what you're there for when they break the law, or when like Google's getting sued now, and they want to break Google up, or Google was just fined $400 million. When they mess up, fine them and fine them big time. That's what you're supposed to do. But don't make an assumption and say, well, cloud gaming, they may own it, so we got to stop them. That stops innovation. So, Serge, what are your thoughts?
I already gave my thought.
You did on this specifically? Okay, Lady Jazz.
I yeah, I think it'll go through. That's what I've
Do you?
always said. Yeah, I've always said
Okay,
that,
okay.
but I could be wrong. So we'll just see.
You double. And you always said it's gonna fail too, like me, right?
I moved to 50-50 with it after
Okay,
I seen the CMA's what their remedies were. But you think
okay,
it's a lie, but
okay.
I went back to 50-50.
You went back to 50-50.
Yeah,
So
I've always
you
been that. That's why I say it
okay,
don't
all
matter.
of y'all on 50-50, so y'all on sitting at the on teetering on each side, huh? So
No, it
lady,
just depend on.
that's 50-50.
It
Teetering
just depend on circumstance. 50-50.
is
Yeah.
teetering.
Hey,
Because if you're 50-50, you're
hey,
exactly in the middle. If you
hey,
point one way, you're teetering one
hey,
way. Okay.
hey.
What about you, Megan?
I'm just messing with
Oh, I know. Megan.
you.
I don't know.
50-50.
50-50, like
you 50-50.
I guess so. After Microsoft had the receipts, as I was saying.
yeah, they got receipts.
They got
Yeah.
receipts.
They
It
got
just depends
receipts.
on if they look at them or not. Or they be like,
So that
yeah,
is
whatever. It
Yeah,
still
exactly.
don't
that's the
matter.
thing. Will the CMA accept the receipts?
They
like,
probably not.
like whatever. Still don't matter. You ain't getting it.
I mean, I wish they would look at Xbox as a
Y'all
separate
didn't put no
entity.
suitcase under my desk.
That's
Y'all
what
ain't
they're
getting
supposed to do because they're vertical markets. But
Yeah, that's the issue. They don't look at them as a separate entity.
they looking at that big tech. That's my issue. They look, oh, it's Microsoft big, the ugly. So we're going to do this, this, and this.
instead of looking at it. It's an
Now,
Xbox.
here's the
I
funny
mean,
thing.
they in third place. They
Yep,
trying to
but
better themselves.
so here's the other thing. This is why people hate big tech. Or is it big tech you really want to hate? I'm going back to chat, uh, GBT. Microsoft is investing, won't own the company, but they're investing $10 billion. I'm not saying I'm for or against AI, but my point I'm making is this company who invented, and they're going to take on Google, and it's going to give them the opportunity to take on Google. Google needs to be challenged, but Microsoft is investing 10 billion supposedly into this company. If they didn't get that significant investment from bigger companies, a company who can afford to invest $10 billion, how do you think where this money is coming from that allows this company to get where it is to challenge them? If other big tech companies didn't have the money or resources to help them,
Right.
and mm, that's my problem with all this. But
Sony
let
needs to be challenged. They didn't became stagnant.
and then somebody put out about how Sony they showed all cloud Sony. It's in there too. Sony Cloud Services. It's in that document. That document is very good. It shows Sony invested in toward the bottom of the document. I don't want to go to it now, but toward the bottom of the document, they put an article Verge lit in the Sony talking about they screwed their cloud gaming chances up when they bought Gaikai or whatever it is. They bought Gaikai. They were in it before Microsoft, right? So why didn't you go
Yeah.
after them? Why didn't they stop them from buying them? But they screwed the opportunity. Microsoft came in and invested in cloud gaming. So no one wants to look at it from that perspective, how Sony screwed up their chances. Oh no, but then when Microsoft does it, oh, we and Google and everybody else, they say, well, Google and Nvidia are against it. Okay, Google is a hater, and I'm gonna tell you, Google,
If y'all
Google
can't
is
do it, we can't.
exactly. And what's the other reason why they don't want it to happen?
Wow, competition. That's the other
Mm-mm.
competition.
Not
That's
not
it.
but not Google. I
Microsoft.
think I'm like 90% sure somebody challenged me and checked me on this. Call of Duty servers are hosted on Google, right?
Uh,
So
Because
guess
I
They,
was
what?
they,
thinking about the Microsoft
they
server
So
host
being a
Call of Duty.
competition with the PUBG. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That's
So
what I
They
guess
was
host
what?
Call
thinking.
of Duty. Did you say that?
So yeah, so guess what?
Yeah.
If Microsoft gets them, who loses the deal?
Google.
Exactly. So they don't want that to happen.
They like Big Tech.
All
No, Microsoft. It's a double whammy. It's Microsoft.
so look at Google being a hater. Google is the player hater. That's all Google is being
That's the
because
big picture
that
right there.
see, but if it, how can a little old cybersecurity person like me see this and know and these so-called regulators? Because you
Because
know
you
why
didn't put no suitcase under their desk.
because exactly. I didn't put any money on their desk. But
You coming in there with a little backpack.
You gotta put the suitcase. The
Briefcase.
night over bag, you know.
no, even
Can't be
coming
putting
in
no
with a
brown paper bag on the people's desk.
hey, it's not even hey, on the $5 bill almost. You talking about I ain't got nothing else to give them. So you talking about giving them some backpack of money. I wouldn't give them nothing. The
It,
case should stand on the merits of its own, and that's what they. I think all of them are. My opinion. This is just so backwards. I've never seen so much prejudice in my life when it comes to this deal. And they can say they're protecting their consumers all they want. And they all know it's a lie.
no consumer.
It is. That's what, listen to them. They say they're protecting their consumers. And if my dad would say you're protecting a lie, because he said don't lie. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we had today. It was a short topic, not a lot. We'll see next week because I'm sure we'll hear rumblings on the 21st or 22nd. They'll start, they meet with the EU. I think it's closed door anyway, so we won't hear anything. But the rumor has it, and I know I'm 100% wrong, but let me get this little rumor out. Since your girl, but she's so arrogant, people think she's going to do this, but she's not. She's too selfish and self centered. Miss Lena Khan is supposed to make a deal. That's what everyone thinks she can make a deal before the CMA, which is this next week. And if she can make a deal or somebody else make a deal so the FTC can say, hey, see, we got Microsoft to the table to make a settlement agreement or concessions. None of that's going to happen. She already lost one battle. I'm waiting for the Supreme Court to rule on this other case because she will lose the Microsoft case, the EU. That's why I said if the EU say yeah and the CMA say no, I'll be like, okay, we're going to continue with this deal. Sorry, UK gamer, you're not getting Call of Duty. And it'd be like, see you, and I wouldn't want to be you. So let's get with our outros, people. We'll see what goes on. But overall, I'm 100%, not 100%. I'm still pessimistic that it's going to fail. It's going to. I don't
What's
think.
that? You 40, 60?
Oh, I'm 30,
You 30, 70?
37, 37. I don't. I just if the merits of it, it should pass. I don't see any issue. It's the
It's the underhanded
bias,
dealing
yeah, the
that's
underhand dealings that these
the
people,
unknown factor of it.
right?
How hard they going with it.
That's all it is. I mean, because if you can get Chile and Brazil, smaller companies say, hey, Sony, and then Sony rules Europe. How could they have a mitigated goal to say that they are threatened? I still don't get that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's do our outros and see where you're going to be. So, Lady Jazz, where are you going to be?
Oh, all the same name. So catch me there. So yep.
All right. Megalixer, where can we find you? And don't tell us you're going to start. YouTube videos and whatever? Because you ain't did it yet. Go ahead.
Well, you'll see me every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And despite what Mike said, I have a YouTube channel. I'm still gonna say that because it exists. I have a Twitch and I have a Twitter. So yeah, check those out. And yeah, that's about it.
G.
Catch me here every Thursday with the fellows and Jazzy. You also can catch us on Facebook, All Things Geeky. Come join the group. That's about it.
All right. And the Sir Rich himself.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter as Sir Rich, Facebook as Sir Rich Gaming, as well as Twitch under Sir Rich. I stream Wednesdays and this Saturday. Friday I'm busy this week, but Fridays as well normally. But I am gonna do something. And shoot, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Other than being here.
Okay. Let me see. I'm here
And,
every
and,
Thursday.
and we have to catch up with Jazz. She's addicted to Monster Hunter Rise right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I might jump on a little bit after this, so.
Yeah,
Come
all right.
on in.
Let me see what time it now. It's past my almost. Nope. I know I won't. But anyway, I'll be on. Let's see. This is the one. You can find me here, and you can find me playing on the Xbox, PlayStation. You could probably be playing Monster Hunter this weekend and a couple other games. Got to get my points because I got to get my little 50 points a day on Xbox.
People, we have been having fun though the last couple of weeks though. We all been getting
Yes.
together and
Yeah, that has been
playing
great.
Monster Hunter, so it's been great.
Yes, so that was good, and hopefully we can do that again sometime this weekend. Time to miss everything. Needless to say,
Sure.
thanks everyone. If those are listening, like and subscribe, and we'll let Sir Rich take us out.
All right. Holla, holla, holla. Holla. Holla, 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 holla.
Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Holla at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla at you, at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Holla at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla at you, at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. Holla, 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 holla,
As usual, I'm
holla.
gonna go find something to eat.